What's going on, good people? What's going on? How are you this evening? You know what time it is? It's Wind Down Wednesday time. I'm going to tell you what you're going to need to do, though. This is what I'm going to ask you to do. How about you go ahead on and get a grab you a glass of wine, because we're going to need to talk just a little bit today. So take a minute, go grab you a glass of wine, and come on back and sit down and let's talk about it. Okay, so now, good people, we are here. We are ready to talk about it. We're ready to do it. Um, let's get moving. You know who I am? I'm Sandy. And I'm sitting here, and my girl will be joining me shortly. But if not, I know I can always carry on this conversation with or without. So one thing my mother always taught me and us, all the rest of my siblings, um, wait, broke the wagon down. So if you continue to wait, the longer you wait, the more time that you wait, it's gonna break the wagon down. So I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead on and grab that glass so we can sip, because tonight we are going to talk about it. So, with that being said, once again, welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. You know who I am. I'm Sandy. I'm sitting here. I'm your host. And we will be chatting about the updated issues, concerns, problems, complaints that people have or are having um, around the world, around the city, around the state, things that I've heard that we need to discuss and talk about. So we're going to talk about it. So tonight we're talking about Joe Biden and his choice for the vice presidency. Now, everybody has been waiting for this grand old moment. Everybody wanted to hear, everybody wanted to see who he was going to pick. My question is to you all: do you all think he made the right choice? If you did, why? The choice that he made, is it for the betterment of the people, or was he just making that decision based on the fact that she's I call her a pit bull, which she is, because she knows what she's doing and she knows what to say. She knows how to say it. She doesn't back down from too many issues. I was actually listening to Roland earlier today, and he had a few people on there. But I guess I take it that there are people out in California that really don't care for her. They said that she did not vote and she did not make some decisions that she should have made while she was out in California, while she's serving Senate in California or whatever, holding that position out in California. She did not make some decisions, and they are upset about it, and they don't think that she would be good for the vice presidency seat. So I'm asking you, so we're sitting here and we're talking about it. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Let's see what's going on. Let's make it happen. Is she the proper pick for the vice presidency? So this is my other question too. And I was talking on the phone to somebody earlier, and I was asking them this question, and I said to them, I said, well, do you think that the reason why she was chosen is because he needed the black female vote? I don't know who can answer that question. I don't even know if anybody will answer that question. I don't even know if anybody can answer that question. But a lot of times I think the people seem to think that um, he chose her, from the people that I've spoken with, that he chose her because she was black and she's going to get the vote for the women. She's going to get all the women's vote, and he's going to win by a milestone. I don't know if that's going to be true or not, because my thing is, at the end of the day, we actually got to get out and vote. We can sit all day and support. I can support you all day. I can support a rock all day long. But if I'm not going to get out and show the support that I have for that rock, what's the point of me discussing it or talking about it? You know, because a lot of times we sit on our buttocks and we sit here and we sit there and we do absolutely nothing. Now, there's a lot of people that I hear chatter. I hear a lot of people saying they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to take part in this, they're going to take part in that. But then when it comes time for them to get involved and to actually do it, you see them nowhere. You can't find them. Even when you call them on the phone or you send them a text message, you get no response. So did he choose her for all the right reasons, or is she the best candidate that was out there that he had to pick from? I want to know. I want to hear from you what you think. I know a lot of people on Roland Martin was happy. As a black female or as a female, period, I think all women, I don't care what color you are, just my personal feelings, that you should be extremely happy because we women, listen up. I'm telling you, women, we are first of all, we made history when Hillary ran. Unfortunately, they jacked that all up. And put their hands in it and messed it all up. But we women are about to make history. We have already made history. When was the last time or the first time, or if ever there was a time that you saw a brown colored individual, female, placed in the vice presidency position to run? When was the last time you saw that happen? Have you ever? We are about to make history. Now, how can you help? How can you help make history? You can get out and vote. You can get out and vote. You can promote people to vote. You can drive some people to the polls to vote. My thing is this, though. This is what I'm going to say. I am not going to recommend that you mail in anything. Zero. Do not mail in nothing. Whatever you got to do, take it, ask somebody to come get it, and take it to the Board of Elections. The Board of Elections they have one in every city, every county, every state. They have a Board of Elections location. My advice is to take it there and drop it out. That's what I did with my absentee, whatever, this last go round that we had to, vote for. I dropped mine off right at the Board of Elections. So I was telling somebody to do the same thing. And lo and behold, once the voting took place, we all of a sudden found out that the postmaster and some other people, they did not, I repeat, did not take those ballots and turn them in. Now, did they put them in the garbage, or did they just hold on to them until it was too late? We don't know, but we know they didn't get turned in. Now, how many didn't get turned in? Who knows? I don't know, but I think Joe Biden, by picking her, I think it's a great choice. I think it was a good choice. She's not the person that I chose, though. That's not who the individual that I picked. But since he did pick her, I think we need to move on. We need to move forward, and we need to make sure we get out and vote. Now, somebody else said, I want my 40 acres and a mule. I'm so sick of hearing the 40 acres and a mule. You're not going to get your 40 acres and a mule, okay? That's a wrap. It's not going to happen. I'm not still waiting on 40 acres and a mule. I am waiting on taking over the House and the Senate. People with sane minds, people that's looking out for people that's in those positions that's looking out for everybody, not just because you're a Republican or a Democrat or independent or whatever you want to be. We need somebody in those seats that's going to look out for everybody. And I think we get caught up in the politics of when I grew up poor. I didn't grow up with that much money, and all I know is Democrat. I grew up with a spoon in my mouth and it happened to be silver and gold. So I'm a Republican. That's the way some people look at it, and that's the way some people see it. Or I'm in between, I'm kind of straddling the fence. So I'm going to be an independent. So at the end of the day, does it really matter whether you're Republican, Democratic, or independent? My thing is, I need you to get out and vote, because right now it's history. Nobody ever thought that Barack Obama was going to be the president of the United States. Who in the world thought that was going to happen? Absolutely nobody. We were talking, I'm always talking to people about different issues, but we were also talking, and the fact of the matter is, he came out of nowhere. He actually came out. Who knew about Barack Obama before Barack Obama hit the map? Who actually knew about him? There were some, because we were talking about John Lewis. A lot of people don't really know the foundation that John Lewis built. We often talk about, everybody heard about Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman and Malcolm X. We've all heard about them. But this new age, this new millennium, how many people really heard about John Lewis and knows what he did and how he went about doing? The man got beat down. He got beat down on more than one occasion. He went to jail. So he made that way. So we have to continue to do what we have to do, not just for him, but for my family, for your family, and our family's future to come. My grandchildren, whenever she has any, if she have any. So we have to make sure that what we do now is not for what they did back then. We got to do it now. It's for the now. It's for the right now. I don't want to, struggle for the remainder of my life. I don't want my daughter to struggle. I don't want my family members to struggle. I don't want you to struggle. So I need you to get out. I need you to help me. I need you to get out and cast a vote. So we were talking today. Nobody knew who John Lewis was, and some people still don't know who he is. The only way that anybody probably knows who he was, if you had to follow him, you had to be in it, you had to know what was going on, you had to keep up with really, particularly politics. Or unless you just happen to be from Alabama, Roll Tide, and you kind of knew about who he was. So a lot of people didn't know about him. So I asked that question: how many people knew about Barack Obama before he hit the map? Did you know about Barack Obama before he ran for president? Did you know what the man did? Did you know where he came from? Did you know anything about him? Nobody knew anything about him. Now all of a sudden, here we go. We got, some people call her Kamala, and some people call her Kamala. But if you really don't know how to pronounce her name, just say Senator Harris. You can't go wrong on that. You cannot go wrong by saying Senator Harris. So if you just say Senator Harris, I think that'll work. That'll be just fine. So at the end of the day, what do you know about her? She's from where? They keep saying she ain't black. She ain't black. She Jamaican. Her mama and daddy, she was mixed, and does it matter what the color of one's skin is? To some of us, yes. To some of us, no. So at the end of the day, why do we continue to say, and it's so discouraging at times, because most of the people that are saying it are the same people that my color, brown, black. We are the main ones that's always beating each other up. What's up, Robert? What's going on, my friend? Love you, man. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Black people are the first one that's always want to beat each other up. We always want to tear each other down, and the unfortunate piece, from my experience, the bad thing is, most of the time, it's women. Women always want to tear the other woman down. At what point do we build that woman up? At what point do we build that sister up? At what point do we build up what we're doing together? Why is it that always we got to tear each other down? We should not be tearing each other down. We are in some rough times, and nobody can tell me that we're not in rough times. You have businesses that have been in business for years. I mean, years that are closing because they cannot keep up. Absolutely cannot keep up. So my thing is, why are we trying to tear something down? We need to build it up. We need to build up this economy. We need to build it back up. We need to move and try to run forward and make this thing happen. And the only way that we can make that happen is we have got to vote. I hear you, Mike. Way to tune in from California. You know, I was saying earlier that some you Californians, some of you all aren't too happy about Senator Harris and Joe Biden picking her for VP. But both her mother, my brother from California says, both she and her mother identify themselves as Black. So this is my thing, you know, and I get that, and you are right, Mike, because my whole thing is, if you are mixed, tonight, people, is Wind Down Wednesdays, and we're talking about it all. When it comes up, we're gonna talk about it. So just say you're a mixed kid, or you come from a mixed family. So on your application or your birth certificate, what does it say? You know, they always say that you go by the dad. You know, if your daddy is Black, then you Black. If your mama white, then you ain't white. You Black. If your daddy white and your mama Black, then you white. That doesn't make much sense to me, but I guess they were saying genetically, but we still don't know the genetics in that individual. The genetics in that individual could still be a higher percentage of Black than it is white, regardless to who the parent is, what race the parent is. So at some point in time, we need to just stop looking at the fact that, okay, she's mixed. She's not Black. But does she look like me? Well, she's just a little bit light-skinned than I am. She's a light-skinned person. But at the end of the day, she is a brown individual. She is a brown person. Her skin is brown. She don't have to sit in the sun and get a tan. She is from Jamaica, but that's not the only thing that she has in her system. I mean, look at Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is another prime example of an individual that's brown skinned, but has a whole lot of other genetics, blood running through his veins that makes him, of course, he identifies himself. I don't know, shoot. One minute he was Black, and then the next minute he said he mixed with everything. I guess at the end of the day, like I said on the Roland Martin show earlier to somebody that was in the comments, I was like, at the end of the day, we all of us, even Caucasian people, even the white people, have a mixture of something in them other than just white. So at the end of the day, we need to stop looking at individuals as color. But will we ever get there? This election is going to show us whether or not we can get to that point. And I mean to tell you, it's going to show us whether or not we can get to that point. First of all, she's a female. Some might say that's strike one. Second of all, she brown skinned. Some may say that's strike two. Who's going to get out and cast their vote for Senator Harris and Joe Biden? I don't care who you vote for. I need you to get out and vote. The problem is, from my understanding, from what I've been hearing and reading, it's more important to read than to just take somebody at a word and for hearsay. It's more important to read it than to just go by what somebody said. So the percentage of individuals that did not vote, when I say individuals, the percentage of Black people that did not vote in 2016, the percentage was extremely high compared to the people that actually voted. I mean, like the whole gamut of people that went out and voted. The percentage of blacks that didn't vote was higher than the people that actually, I mean, everybody that went out and voted. How ludicrous is that? How crazy is that? You got main states. Florida is a huge state. Florida is important. Ohio is an important state. Michigan is another important state. Kentucky is an important state. You got all these states where blacks didn't get out and vote. And you want to ask yourself why. Why did we not get out and vote? Did they think Hillary didn't have a chance to win? Did they not want a female as a president? Here we go again. Do the people not want Senator Harris as the VP? Only way we gonna know is on November 4th. Because right now I can't answer that question. But listening and watching and looking at some of the comments that people are saying, it's gonna be very difficult for people to get out and vote on her behalf or Joe Biden's behalf for the next presidency. Now, let's hope and pray that it's no shenanigans, but they're already trying to pull the shenanigans. So I am not promoting you mailing in anything. I am highly promoting that you fill the paperwork out and go drop it off at the Board of Elections. My brother said that there was 7% that did not vote. That's a big number. That's huge. Huge. We need to get out in your area, in your neck of the woods, in your city, in your state, in your municipality, whatever it is. Those levels of putting people in place is more crucial than anything. I often say if you put people in power, you got to put people in power. You got to position yourself to be in a place where you got power. So I need everybody to get out there and cast your vote. So in 2004, there was 60%. In 2008, 65%. Look at the numbers, how they went from, I mean, that small percentage, the difference between that is huge. Now we're looking over a few years of span time or in between, but those numbers are crucial. It's important that we get out and vote. Okay, let me ask you this question, my good people, because tonight is Wednesday, it's Wind Down Wednesday, and we're here and we're talking about it on Wind Down Wednesday. So let me ask you this question. Would you like to continue children being locked up and not being able to see their families? I guess that's okay. I guess that's fine with everybody. I guess it's good to have someone to call individuals, they're dummies, get them SOBs, them sons of, put the B in the place. So, I mean, at what point do you as an individual get tired of ignorance? Because that's exactly what I call it. At what point are you tired of ignorance? Because at the end of the day, the pandemic team could have been in place and we might have would have had a grasp on the coronavirus, the COVID-19. We're continuously praying for those that have been infected and affected by this virus, those that have lost lives. It's the unfortunate piece is last week I lost a cousin to COVID, and she was extremely young, but it's these things bother me because if we have certain things in place that was voted on to be there, then why are we dismantling things that could help us? Why are we tearing things apart that's supposed to help us? When I say us, I am talking about everybody. I am not talking about black. I'm not talking about white. I am talking about everybody. Thank you, Karen. And it's difficult. It's extremely difficult to try to walk around every day and be extremely excited and happy for life. And you're going on, you see the excitement in other people. It's hard when you know that you had a relative, a close relative that you lost, and you can't even go see them. You can't even go to the freaking funeral. You can't even go to the hospital because they're in there suffering. I have some close, dear friends that right now here in the city of Cincinnati that is just hanging on for dear life. And we can't even come together as a freaking state, city, country, and support each other. Yet we got to fight. We got to scrap. We always got to pull another one down. So at the end of the day, if you don't like who's in office right now, and I am specifically talking about Black people. If you don't like who's in office, then get your buns up and go vote. Because I'm going to tell you, it's going to make a huge difference the next 4 years if we continue to go on the road that we're going now. This country is going to be a dictatorship. I don't care now. At this point, it don't even matter what color you are either, because you ain't gonna have it either. Even if you white, Black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, purple, orange, I don't care. You won't have it either. You can't tell me that some of y'all didn't need Obamacare, or the real name is the Affordable Health Care Act. For those that don't do homework, it's the Affordable Health Care Act. It's not Obama Care or Obama Act. It's the Affordable Health Care Act. So at what point do you think that you didn't need it? There's a lot of people that I personally know, who retired and had to get on it, Black and white. So when you get sick, does it matter the color of your skin? Absolutely. Because some Black people don't have insurance. Some Black people cannot afford insurance. But the Affordable Health Care Act allowed a lot of Blacks to become and get health care that they didn't have. And some of my white friends had to get on it too. So at the end of the day, what's more important? What is more important? Now, I have some things in place. I have some things lined up that I'm going to take part in, because I want to make sure that I do my part with making sure that people vote and cast their vote and get out there. I'm maxed at vacation time in my job, so might as well take off and help somebody do some good, right? So I am doing that. My family, we are all pushing in the different places that we live. We're all pushing for individuals to vote. Every time we talk to somebody, we're always talking about voting. So it's important. I cannot stress the fact how important it is that we get out there and vote. Now, let me tell you this. Here in the city of Cincinnati, the state of Ohio, Hamilton County, we can make history here too. There has never, ever been a Black prosecutor for Hamilton County at all, period. Never. This year, we have the opportunity to make history by putting someone in office that I know, and I'm not saying I feel, I know that's going to treat everybody accordingly. With the facts that's put in front of him, he's going to be as true as he possibly can with the facts that's put in front of him. No shenanigans, no making up anything. That's how he is. His track record speaks for itself. He's been a lawyer, he's been a judge, he's been a whole lot of things. Yes, I said it. And I know who I'm supporting, and I know who I'm backing. So he has my 100% support. But we can make history, because there are times I feel we need to make history. There needs to be change across the board. And the only way we can do that is to get out and vote. I look at the fact that how we in the city of Cincinnati, state of Ohio, for years, had a white chief. For years, had a white chief. The last few years, we've had three black chiefs. Three. Change sometimes is good. Change sometimes is good. But if you have a person that's there and they're doing the right thing, why not keep them there? Why not vote to keep them there? You got to get out there. You got to get out there and vote. My brother in California, I love my people. I love my people. They always giving me that information and I just pop it up on the screen. It says the CDC Pandemic Department, which President Obama put in place. He left that pandemic team for situations such as this COVID-19, which was, here we go again with how we tear. Remember when I said earlier how we tear things down and we tear it apart, particularly, unfortunately, Black women, we are the ones, we'll tear sister down in a heartbeat. Well, we'll tear sister down big time, don't even know her, but we always ripping her apart. That's the unfortunate piece. That this right here, the pandemic team reminds me of that. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you why I say Black women in a minute. I'm going to go back to that in a minute. He dismantled it about 2 years ago. And it was scientists from everywhere that was, giving their input and their expertise on what we could do and how we could do when it comes to viruses, and there are several viruses all the time that we as humans get, some that run rampant and some don't. But he just tore that whole pandemic team up. Had that pandemic team been in place, we probably wouldn't be in the situation that we're in now. But, we probably would have had a little nooks and crannies that we would have had to overcome. But you look, and I ask myself a lot of times, why do the Chinese people always wear masks? Why is it every time you see one of them, they got a mask on? They've been walking around with masks for years. They didn't just start walking around with masks. They've been walking around for years. We got people here that don't even want to walk around with a mask. They don't want to put a t-shirt. They don't want to put a sock. They don't want to put nothing over their face. They don't want to do any of that. It's not about my safety. It's about yours too. So at the end of the day, if you don't think about yourself, think about somebody else. If you don't think about yourself, think about your grandkids. Think about your grandma. Think about your aunties, those that are of age, those that are sick, that has some issues. Think about somebody else other than yourself and wear your mask. I feel it's very important. We should wear it. I'm not a fan favorite of wearing anything on my face because I can't stand. Don't touch my hair and don't touch my face. There's two things that I don't want you to do. But I wear my mask. When I'm out, going out somewhere, I wear my mask. I get back in my car, I take it off. I'm the kind of person, I like windows down in my car. I don't like running with the air conditioner, so I like fresh air. So do your part. Do your part. My church, Corinthian, is going to do their part. They're going to have a drive up where you can come up and you can do whatever you need to do and you can cast your vote. But I'm going to need everybody to get out and cast their vote. And if you don't know where you can go, I need you to go to 411.org, and you can click on that and you can find out whatever you need to know about voting, where it is, how you can get there, what's taking place, what you need to vote on. You just follow the prompts and it'll get you through everything that you need to do. 411 org. So go ahead. You can even log on now while we're talking and you can see if there's something that you want to post, put it in here and then I'll put it up so everybody can see it. So when I say, we tear people down, I read a lot of comments about people tearing down Senator Harris, and because she ain't Black and she's mixed and bad choice. She didn't support when police did something illegal out in California. She didn't support the people. Instead, she supported the police. It's a whole lot of things that they said she did that they didn't like, and I often say, if you got that information, please reveal it. Please post it so people can read it. Don't just let it come out your mouth. share that information. The reason why I said women have a tendency to tear each other down because I haven't even heard the song yet. I haven't even looked at the video yet, but the video and the song WAP with Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, now they say that thing is off the charts. And the only people that I pretty much hear talking negatively about it is women. You know, the men love it. We expect them to love it, honey. They gonna love that. They love that kind of stuff. I haven't heard the song, nor have I seen the video. So my thing is that if there is something that a female is doing, why is it that we as women always have to go around and rip the other one down? Why can't we build them up? You know, my thing is I love to listen to music. I love music. Gospel music is probably one of my favorite, the favorites that I like listening to. But I listen to all genres of music. When I say all. My recommendation for me, I would just take out the darn the nasty words. You know, give me the clean version. Because if it's got a nice funky beat, guess who dancing? Guess who jumping, skipping, hopping, and all that? Me. So I'm not gonna say anything about the song. I don't know nothing about the song. I haven't seen the song, haven't heard it, don't even know. I know what WAP because I know what it means because they talked about what it means, but I'm not gonna sit here and rip up Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B for doing what they do. They are artists. They do what they do because they make music, they make songs, that's their livelihood. So me as another female, I'm not going to sit here and rip down another female. So at the end of the day, I don't need y'all ripping down Senator Harris. Either you going to vote or you ain't going to vote. Either you going to support him or you're not going to support him. So at the end of the day, November 3rd, 2020 is huge. I mean big. So stop ripping and tearing people up, down, sideways. How about you get out there and vote? How about you get out there and make a change? Now, she even went to a HBCU, historically black college and university. Yes, she did. She went to Howard University. She graduated from Howard University. She is also a AKA Alpha Kappa Alpha. She is. So it's not like, you know, people saying she ain't black. She ain't black, but she went to a black school. She is a part of a black sorority. And I'm not saying you got to be in any of that to go to any of those schools to prove the color of your skin. You don't. Because at the end of the day, I didn't go to a HBCU and I didn't pledge anything. And I'm all black. Power to the people. So stop ripping and tearing people up. Make a difference, be a difference, and go vote. Read, find out what you need to know before you go out here saying stuff you ain't got no business. Of course, I know for some of us it's easier said than done. You know, I had to check somebody, like I said, on that page. Yes, Karen. Yes, Karen. Yes, Karen. Oh my God. Yes, Karen. You already know. Yes, she is, Karen. Yes. I know you're happy too, like I am. I mean, I shouted off the rooftop because I'm really glad that he chose, because I think she is a bulldog, and I do know she knows what she's talking about, and she's not going to back down from any body when it comes to Bates. She will tear Pence apart, I believe. She'll tear anybody apart because she's very, very well educated and diverse in the stuff that she knows. But you have to listen to her. And there's not one person out here on this world that we don't disagree with. We're going to always disagree with somebody. We're going to always not like something that somebody says or does. It's simple. It happens every day. Every time you turn on the TV, you don't like something. Every time you go to the store, you don't like the price of the food that's on the counter. I mean, you pull up to get gas, you don't like the price of gas. But guess what? It's something that we have to deal with. You got to overcome it. You need it. So what you going to do? You're going to use it. So I'm gonna need you all to make sure that November the 3rd, 2020, you got to get out there and vote. Stop ripping people up. Help. Go help. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. How about that? How about you help me and I help you? But if you need to know anything, I mean anything about voting, where it is, just go to 411.org, and I'm telling you, you'll get all the information you need on everybody, on every issue. Everything that you need to know is there. So I don't want anybody missing out and saying I forgot, because everybody got cell phones, everybody got laptops, iPads. If you don't, borrow somebody's. Nowadays you can talk to the darn machines and you can say their name. If I said a name right now, she would definitely start speaking. I mean, it's simple. You can get information so easily. It's readily available for you at just like that. Drop of a dime. You can go get it. So there's no excuse for 411.org. Please Google it. Look it up. Try to find it. Get information that you need on all candidates, on all issues. It's in every state. You just have to go through the prompts in order to get what you want. And while we're sitting here on COVID, still semi-locked down in some places, in some areas, you got plenty of time. Because half of the restaurants are full. Can't get in them. I'm like Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci said, don't fly and don't go to no indoor restaurant. Guess what I'm not doing? I'm not flying and I'm not going to no indoor restaurant. Now I will go to an outdoor. I will order some food and bring it home. Or me and my friends call it parking lot pimping or club garage. You got to make it up, people. You got to make up your own fun and excitement. Don't stay in. But in order to be a difference, you got to get out there and vote. I need your help. So I need you to continue to watch. I need you to continue to stay up on the current events, what's going on. Because he chose Senator Harris for a reason. He chose her for a reason. She was a prosecutor who oftentimes, yes, Mike, she did follow the law. So we all have dislikes, like I said before. I don't care what it is or who it is. We all have dislikes. If you don't like it, then how about you go run for office? You think you'll get voted? Think people will vote for you? Do you think they'll put you in office? Or do you think that they're going to rip you up and tear you apart and then throw you out to the wolves? But in the meantime, people, I'm telling you, it's so important. This year's elections are so important. The local levels are probably more important than anything, because if we can put people in a position to help make that difference and that change, I mean, it's only so much, that can be done. I was reading today earlier that the sheriff in one of the counties, I want to say Marion County in Florida, how he told his police officers and everybody else, you ain't got to wear no mask. Nope, don't nobody wear a mask. Matter of fact, I'm ordering you not to wear a mask. You better not put a mask on. Who in the world does that? How are you helping the American people? How are you helping the people in your county? How are you helping the people in your state, in your city? Who would do that? I don't like the thing because I can't breathe, especially if it's hot. We had a ceremony for our cadets. God bless them. I love them. I miss them already. But we had a ceremony for them, and it took everything in me to wear that mask all day long. And we were outside. But I felt the need that I had to protect myself as well as protect the cadets and their families, because they still wanted to come up and talk to you, and you still had to be protected. I don't care if you were outside, because that's them. That's their nature. When you pour into them, they pour back into you. And that's exactly what happened on that day. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy for them. I'm hoping and praying that those that are 18 will get out and vote. If you are 17 and you'll be 18 by November, you can still vote. I'm telling you, go to 411.org, give you all the information that you need. I am definitely working on having my dear friend Fanon Rucker, who's running for county prosecutor here in the city of Cincinnati, state of Ohio, Hamilton County. Um, Hopefully, keep my fingers crossed to have him on here next week. And we're going to talk about what he's doing. Last year, this time last year, we talked to him and he was stepping down from being a judge. Now he is in running for county prosecutor. I want to hear, he and I had conversations earlier today, but I still want to hear him, and I want him to tell the people why it's important to vote and his thoughts on picking a female for vice presidency. Now, I'm also hearing that due to the fact that Senator Harris is in a sorority, that she will be, all of her sorors will be out there paving the dirt and pounding and making a way for her to get voted into office. I'm hoping and praying that everybody do their part. You do not have to be in a sorority or fraternity to do your part. So if it's nothing but driving somebody to the Board of Elections, if it's helping them fill out the form, we have to do our part. It's important that we do our part as Americans, as people, and as human beings, and as children of God, most of all. So I need everybody, everybody to do your part. Stop ripping people down. Stop tearing them apart. Can we show just a little love? Can we show love between now and November? Can we have just a tad bit of love between now and November? That's it. On a daily basis. It's a shame. I was reading, you know, it's Wine Down Wednesdays, and we're talking about it. I was reading on Facebook, somebody that I know, an acquaintance, he went into Home Depot. And they like, stop looking at me like I don't have money. That's the problem too. Stop looking at me like I don't have money. You know, it's too many Karens and Toms and Kens or whomever they are around here. Stop looking at me like I don't have no money. So he goes in to buy some items out of Home Depot. He got money because he makes, he gets his own business. Um, he was putting the stuff on the counter, scanning it because he didn't go through the thing by himself. Through the checkout. He went to the self-serve so he can get through faster. So he goes in, gets his stuff, goes over to the self-checkout, and guess what he does? Starts scanning. Guess what happens? Somebody's looking over his shoulder. He says, thought it was kind of weird, strange. Stop looking at me like I don't have no money. So he was like, "Excuse me, can I help you?" And he was like, "No, I'm, everything is good. It's all right." Kept scanning. Okay, hold on, time out. Wait a minute. Is there an issue or a problem? Can I help you with anything? She says, "I'm watching you to make sure you don't steal nothing." Can somebody say, "Help me, Jesus"? Stop looking at me like I don't have money. Why is it that we cannot show love, peace, and harmony? Why you got to look at me like I don't have money or like I shouldn't be in that place? Stop talking about Senator Harris like she ain't supposed to be in that position, like she can't run for vice presidency. Stop looking at her because she's a female with brown skin. That's the whole moral to the story. Stop acting like people shouldn't be in the positions that they're in. If we start supporting more and start doing more, we as a people will be better. We'll be way better off. Stop judging individuals by the color of their skin, what they drive, their gender, their religion. Can we all just love one another? That's it. It's enough of that. People are getting hurt. People are dying. People are going to jail unnecessarily so because we cannot get beyond certain things in our lives. Until we get to the point where we can move forward and we can start treating people accordingly, this place would be so much better. Now, I haven't recently had any run-ins or incidents that would cause me to reflect back to the little old country town that I'm from and come out my shoes and have to cause some problems. Haven't ran into that, and I'm praying that God allows me and blesses me not to run into that. If I do, just to handle it the best way I can. But if we stop tearing each other down and ripping each other apart and stop saying they shouldn't be there, why are they there? Stop saying that she shouldn't be in the vice presidency seat. Do your homework. Read about her before you go judging her to say she shouldn't have been picked for the vice presidency seat. I think it's great. I think it's a great opportunity for women. I don't care what color we are. All women, little girls. I go back to the portrait where the little girl was looking up at Michelle Obama, and it was just the best thing in her life. She thought that was the most phenomenal. She thought Michelle was walking on water. If we have that same thought process the little girl did when she saw Michelle Obama, just like, wow, can we just get a wow? Can we get a wow in our lives and vote? Vote, vote, vote. So we can come out of this thing that we're in. Because right now we're in a rut. People are depressed. People are have anxiety. People are fearful. There's a lot of people that don't want to go out, don't feel like they should go out or can go out without things happening. It's time for a change. We cannot continue to go down the road that we're going. We need a change in America. We need a change in our lives because you know what? I find it strange too that when Barack Obama was in office, President Barack Obama was in office, nothing of the magnitude or nothing of this nature that's happening now, none of that took place. Yeah, there were a lot of people that didn't like him. I didn't agree with everything that he had. I didn't agree with all his views. I didn't agree with some of the stuff that he put out there on the table. Of course not. But if you look at it now, a lot of things are going on that never, ever, ever happened when he was in office. Ever. It's one thing to hold rallies, and it's another thing to hold rallies and then you beat somebody up, or you run over somebody or you burn things, That's one thing. It's okay to have rallies. Nobody's saying you can't have rallies, but can they be peaceful? Right now, rallies aren't peaceful. Protesting is some protesting is not peaceful. Black Lives Matter. Yes, Black Lives Matter. And I'll say that Black Lives Matter. My life has mattered for a long time. Can you say 55 years? But at the end of the day, if we just come together, can we just come together and make this thing happen as one? Can we make a difference and be a difference in somebody else's life instead of ripping it up, tearing it down, shredding it apart, trying to figure out why they're there and they shouldn't be there? I think, everybody gets a chance, but does everybody deserve a chance? We all get a chance, but do we deserve a chance? Those are two different things. So you get a chance at doing it right, fixing it and making it right. But did you really deserve that chance? Did you really deserve that chance? Because sometimes you can make it worse than it ever was. So did you really deserve it? You got the chance. You had the chance. But did you deserve it? Did you deserve the chance? So at the end of the day, my good people, I need everybody. Please, please, please. Keep watching. I'm going to keep posting things. We're going to probably go live on some Saturdays in different locations here in the city of Cincinnati, the state of Ohio, to get you out, to get you to come and be a part of what we're doing. Now, social distancing and mask would definitely be required. You're going to have to stay in your car, but it's going to be a fun-filled day. Mentioning a fun-filled day, I actually have a fun-filled day coming up because, my birthday was kind of put, it was stopped. It wasn't put on hold. My birthday plans were absolutely completely stopped. I mean, it was a done deal. I couldn't do anything. Absolutely nothing. I couldn't do zero. I had to cancel all of my plans. I had to, get my refund on all my money. It was going to be a huge, huge, nice, upscaled event. So, I don't know me. I always got to do something, not for me, but for the people that I like, for the people that, that's in my square, because my circle is kind of, I done brought it back to a square. So, because I think I can get more people in the square than I can in the circle. So, I am doing something else that is social distancing and masks are required. And it's outdoors. But the bad part about it is, I'll show you guys, but everybody can't come and can't be invited. But you'll be able to be there live via social media. How about that? How about I invite you that way? How about those that cannot physically put their bodies there? We'll make sure that you are still part of the fun and excitement that's coming up. But I cannot tell you right now, cannot disclose any of it, but you best believe it's about to go down with my people that's in my box. I need you to stay tuned and watch. And of course, we will make sure that everybody in the place is registered to vote. I have to make sure that. I'm definitely going to make sure that everybody there is a registered voter. So, Karen, you always invited to my stuff. It's going down. It is going down. Because I like to have fun. It's life is not right if I'm not having fun. If I'm not trying to make somebody else happy. If I'm not trying to put a smile on somebody else's face. For me, that's not fun. So I have to make you smile. I have to make you laugh. And we definitely got to get our jig on. You know what I'm saying? So tune in and watch and pay attention. But whatever you do, stop ripping people up. Stop tearing them apart. Stop finding fault in something else. Be a solution to the problem. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. If you need help finding out what's going on, I need you to go to 411.org. It'll give you all the information that you need, where you need to find it, who you need to look up. It's all out there on 411.org. I'm telling you right now, people, this year is a crucial year. This time is a crucial time. We need change, but there's no other way to change it other than you helping me and me helping you. I don't care who you vote for. I need you to get out and vote. And I'm going to say that. I'm going to continue to say that. I don't care who you vote for, but I'm going to need you to get out and vote. Because at the end of the day, if it ain't the president that's going to make, and the vice president that's going to make a difference, the difference will be made on the local level. So at the end of the day, get out and vote. It might be that judge that you need to put in office. Your vote helps. Your vote counts. So stop thinking that it doesn't count. Hey, it's Wine on Wednesday. Y'all know what we do. I sit here and I talk about it, and tonight we were talking about it. And I don't care. I'm going to talk about it again and again and again. So next week, try to tune in because I am going to have a special guest on next week, we've been talking to different people. We've been talking about different things. We've been talking about diversity. We need to make sure that we continue to be diverse as we possibly can. That's why I'm extremely happy that Joe Biden picked a female for vice presidency, because if that's not diversity for you, I don't know what is. He could have picked Elizabeth. That's diversity. That's still some diversity. So I'm gonna need you guys to get out and do your part. I'm gonna need you to promote. I need you to help. I need you to count other people to come in and help you make a difference and be a difference in this year's elections. I mean, on a local level, on a state level, and on the national level. Trust me, it's got to count. We have to make it count. I need you to make your vote count. How about you do that on November 3rd, 2020? So that's it for me. That is it for me. I appreciate you all. I love you guys dearly. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. But next week, we will have a special guest on. I do want it to be Fanon, but he's out here campaigning. He does such a wonderful job when he comes on Wind Down Wednesday. But if he doesn't, we don't have him. Trust me, I'll have somebody special for you next week, and we will continue to talk about the importance of voting, life, diversity, changes, you, me, and everything else. And you know what? This is another thing. School is back in session for some people next week. I must say, CPS decided to go virtual for 5 weeks, but we'll see how that goes. There's a lot of schools and kids that I know that went to class, and some of them have COVID. Some have been tested positive for COVID. So please, people, be safe, stay safe, wear your mask, protect yourself and your family and others around you. And on that note, y'all know what I say. It's always better to give than it is to receive. And I'll see you all next week. Later.